Why do products cost keep increasing but salary doesn't? Because why would companies pay their workers more when they could just not? No, it hasn't been the case throughout history. Throughout history, some products got more expensive, others got cheaper, sometimes in bad economic times. Most products get more and more expensive. In other periods, most products got cheaper. Throughout history, pay or wages tended to follow price increases because people were usually compensated somewhat proportionally to the value of what they produced or brought to their employers. In the 70s, it started shifting and excess profits went to CEOs, other high-level executives, while wages stagnated. https://imager.com/is8j5jb.jpg. A lot of this inflation is caused by the cost of things rising to cover executive bonuses and stock dividends, and stock buyouts to increase profits, but keeping wages stagnant for most of the workers so that overall wealth is not increased for the majority of people even as prices go up. Of course, this will force more people into poverty, but it also means that the rich will get richer. This is why the middle class is shrinking or disappearing. Since the wealthy have the power, they don't care. All they have to do is keep poor people fighting each other and blaming each other for their problems, and they can continue fixing things the way they want. Gotta cover the CEO's pay package somehow, so that companies can bring in record profits for their shareholders. Counting for inflation. The average worker is 2x as productive as their equivalent 30 years ago but make less money. So basically, the average working is producing twice as much for less money. So obviously cost per unit is going down. So why are prices going up? Where is that money going? Well, it goes to the top. All the profits that the workers produce go to the CEO and shareholders. This is trickle-down economics, or Reaganomics. It's the economic plan neoliberals love to jerk off to. The idea is, if the rich have more money, they'll invest in more business and the money will flow down to the poor from the top, like a fountain. In reality, the top will do everything they can to coerce and shame the working class into producing more without accepting more pay. It has been proven through research that there is no direct tie between prices rising and worker wages. That's a lie oligarchs tell you to keep you producing. You want to change that? Unionize. Collective bargaining currently is the only power the working class has. See, the workers do the work. Not the CEOs. Not the investors. Not the banks. Not the board. The workers. Without the workers, there's no work, no money, no profit. This is why companies like Amazon will fight tooth and nail to kill unions. Because they know once the workers have collective bargaining, they will have to start treating their workers like they're human beings. Why sell a product for 20% profit when you could sell it for 50% profit? Say you purchase t-shirts from a manufacturer in China for $1 per shirt. You were selling them for $10 each at 90% profit. Then, you realize people will pay $30 a shirt. The price of your import stays the same but you make nearly 300% more. That is why. Because we got rid of real money in 1971. Up till then, salaries were able to keep up with inflation. Cost of production is going up and those costs are being passed down to the consumer. I imagine a lot of the extra cost is in shipping. Fuel is expensive and supply chains are struggling. So the companies are making up for those costs with higher prices. If shipping wasn't expensive right now, and companies still raised prices, then they would have more profit to raise salaries. With all that said, There are a lot of greedy companies out there, so don't put it past them that would just raise prices for profit because they saw an opportunity to do so. From a market perspective, cost of labor and inflation are not directly related. Cost of labor is driven by labor supply and demand. We're seeing pay increases right now because labor supply is low. Inflation is a measure of the increase of cost of a particular set of goods. Forbes had a good write-up on this recently. Corporate profits are job one. Paying people more cuts into profits. The pain man. I'm always like if I should eat more or save more. Stuck between health and money. The price of products include the cost of goods sold. COGS. This includes raw materials, manufacturing, storage, and supply chain. I am not sure if labor is in there too, but I think so. If any one of those components increases, the price either increases or the revenue decreases. It also seems that salaries are currently the easiest and most stable to control. Once businesses figure out that salaries have to increase in order to sustain production, prices will just get worse. Why don't profits drop? They do. But when you can control wages, and right now, you might not be paying much for office space, the balance sheet shifts from historical norms. Holding salaries down as much as possible is profit-maximizing behavior. Simple as that. It is called inflation. Your salary isn't directly linked to your cost of living. It's linked to how much profit you can generate and how hard you would be to replace if you left. Because what we call profit is actually wage theft. Society decided capitalism was more important than human life. That's the point, honey. They want people poor and unable to afford life so that they can continue to pay slave wages. Because CEOs don't fear the people like they should.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.